tips or hints on how to become a better lead? Is there anything that you've seen, like maybe common errors?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most of it is I always tell my students that all that showy stuff that you see,
The
you have to think
performance,
of it.
right?
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, or like even like the really intricate turn patterns or things like that, or really crazy body manipulations that people do social dancing. I said when things are done right, you have to think of it almost like well, like an onion or like anything that blooms out. I was like, so you're looking at the decoration. You're looking at the stuff that's on the outside that looks really, really cool. But at the core, everything has a pit, a root. And if you don't practice those roots, if you don't perfect your basics, if you don't
Right, right, right.
excel in that beginner stage, then everything else falls apart. Because in dancing, the beginner level of any dance is the biggest and most difficult because you're taking someone from zero and trying to get them all the way up to where they already understand technique and can just execute motions. So like in ballroom, that'd be called like the bronze level. So when you look at it visually, the bronze level in any dance is like this long. And then
Okay.
silver is like here. And
Even
then gold is
smaller.
here. They
It's
get
even
smaller
smaller.
and smaller. They only add like a couple of moves. Because once you know all of your bronze syllabus or most of your beginner stuff, now you have to become creative because the most advanced level is open gold. It means open choreography. If
Okay.
there, you go off your route, and now you have to be creative and see what can you come up with from that base. How do you decorate? How do you get here? But a lot of people start here. They only want
That
that
flashy stuff, right? Or what?
right. So when they look at it, whether they're trying to learn from YouTube or they see someone on the dance floor and they only want to learn that, they'll show up to a private lesson and they're like, I want to learn this move, which is something I won't do. If someone comes to me in a private lesson and they show me a video, like I very rarely will actually do that. Um,
Okay.
so I'll only do it if it was like a workshop that they actually took physically and they can't understand how to execute, and then I just help them with like leading points. But I
Mm.
don't keep stuff off of YouTube because, like most of the time when they'll try to lead me through it, you can just tell there's a lack of tension. There's a big lack of frame. That's the number one thing is that
Frame
leaders
is huge. Frame is huge in any dance, right?
everything. And frame exists no matter what position you're in, unless you're fully disconnected. But if I'm one
Right.
arm, that's a frame. If we have two hand hold, there's a frame there. If we're
Yeah.
frame, there's a frame everywhere. And a lot of the leaders don't understand the responsibility of them carrying weight. So I get a lot of, sensual people want to do like sensual or like fusion and stuff like that, which is cool, and I love it and I do it. But I do spend a lot of time and a lot of repetition talking over like little things like where your hand is, what they feel, where do you hold their weight, anchoring your lats. So it's like understanding the human body. So like sensual works with the body. So the way that the body naturally works.
Right, right, right. It's
And
not
there's a lot,
forced or what?
yeah, I mean like and there's a lot of things being forced, like a lot of like head whips or like a lot of forced dips from people that don't know like, to reinforce with the pelvis and what
Yeah.
that means even.
That's how you hurt somebody, right?
Absolutely. And then of course that's how the whole genre gets a bad name.
Okay. Hey, that's so